Why do a bear hunt in Alaska is a very fair question to be asking.
You can get eaten real quick if you make mistakes, and for me, that's awesome.
There's no roads, there's no humanity, there's nothing.
It's the last frontier. It's one of the deadliest predators on the planet.
I love that stuff. It's what I live for. I kind of like my life being in risk.
Great adventure starts with a great cup of coffee. Have to lead by example in that regard.
4 vets, 2 guides, kind of seeing what happens over the course of 15 days in the Alaskan wilderness.
Well, the coastal brown bear is a little bit bigger than the grizzly bear, right? It's indigenous to the Alaskan coast. It stretches down the peninsula. Its size is bigger than a grizzly. A lot of people think that grizzly is like the biggest of the brown bears, right? Or the Kodiak or whatever it might be. And it's like, no, the world records always come off, not off Kodiak, they come off the peninsula. The grizzlies are a little bit smaller. They're further inland. Some are coastal. Black bears are even smaller. So in size, it's like black, grizzly, brown, polar. The black bears are typically they're scavenger based. Not really that, you're not really that scared of them. They're just kind of like big raccoons. Grizzly bears are different. Grizzly bears are dangerous. Like when you're in grizzly territory, it's a different feeling. Your adrenaline is elevated. These things will fucking eat you. And then when you're in brown bear territory, you're like, these things will eat grizzly bears. So now the things that you're really afraid of in the lower 48, which are grizzly bears, those things are eaten by brown bears. So in the packing order of things, brown bears will eat other brown bears. They'll eat cubs, they'll eat smaller sows, they'll eat, other males. So it's important to wean the bigger bears so you can have the population of the other bears flourish. The partners, Matt, myself, and Logan, going out and participating in a bear hunt, I think is one of the most iconic and aspirational hunts that you can go out and do.
The genesis was, I've been wanting to do this for years, my adult life. Even though we've been partners for 7 years, we haven't slept in the same 6 square feet together.
I've never really even considered going on a hunt like that before, just because it's not something that I've read into in the past. I do like deer hunt and all that. But once you started to understand what we were going to be doing and how we were going to be doing it, I was like very, very intrigued.
Brown bear hunt is like the precipice. It's like the once in a lifetime hunt that most people never had the opportunity. I mean, I've watched, plenty of shows about it, but it's just something you never would believe that you could actually go do.
And then you guys needed 2 to 3 weeks allotted for you guys to actually hunt.
Yeah, I mean, it's high mountain adventure at its finest. So I went out to FTW Ranch, not too far from San Antonio, Texas.
We are here at the FTW Ranch at the Sportsman all-weather, all-terrain marksmanship course. Getting ready to go do a brown bear hunt up in Kodiak. The land here is absolutely incredible. They do everything from hunting prep courses, long-range precision courses. A bunch of the Tier 1 military units come out here to train. The 375 Ruger. Justice is here. He's one of the instructors. He's gonna kind of talk us through a little bit of this build out, why it's unique and why it's gonna work well for a bear hunt.
The reason that we went with the 375 Ruger, it's got a lot of knockdown power. It's got a nice claw extractor on the side there, so it's a dangerous game rifle where as soon as that round comes out, it's grabbed by that claw extractor. Make sure we have good positive feeding when we go into dangerous game country. We've mounted it up with the Swarovski Z6i 3 to 18 by 50.
Kind of one of the deciding factors for me as I was going through, and we looked at a few different scopes, but the Swarovski had the illuminated reticle inside, which just helps immensely when you're looking through and you need that quick target acquisition. Your eyeball just immediately goes to that illuminated reticle. So
Ruger has really done their research on making this a very well-flying, hard-hitting cartridge. And so that's exactly what we want, especially for a big bear.
Well, great, thank you. And let's go get a bear, eh?
Yeah, let's do it.
Coming out here with an unknown situation and just seeing how people are going to react, We've just been driving around all morning. We found some buffalo tracks. They're coming down this trail, heading in this direction. So we're gonna follow these tracks and see if we can't find a herd of buffalo. Put yourself in the animal's perspective. Right there. See that? Look to your right. That's a good one right there. That's the one you want. Again, take it again. He's still there. He's running left. He's running left. He's running left. He just popped out on the road. Again. All right, let's go. He's running in that creek. There's some grizzlies in this area, and I don't want them to eat your buffalo. You know what I mean? That's a good point. So, oh fuck, there is a fucking bear. Got it. He's dead. Woo! It hit just right here, and that's what splattered up into there that we saw.
It's one thing to be like standing out of firing range, but after you're walking through and you have no idea where it's coming from, and you have to also take a second. It's like making sure there's nothing beyond your target. You gotta make sure that there's a good kill on a good animal as opposed to just standing on a firing line. So really good exercise. What's unique about this place is the various types of different training scenarios that they can put you through.
Good shots right there, 4 for 4 as well. If I were gonna miss this target, right? I mean, there's not a lot of meat. It's gonna go right under that armpit and probably out that side, there's more material. Now we're gonna make the targets move and see if you continue to shoot the same as you're doing right now. Take them. And take them. Top right, almost the bullseye, about an inch above the bullseye. Good shot.
Get him! Here he comes! Get him! Oh shit!
On top of being able to come out here and do this type of shooting, they also facilitate all the different weapons types of things you would need to be able to do. So it's basically the one-stop shop to come and get ready for whatever type of training you're doing.
When we look at Alaska, you can get really remote really fast, which I think is, one, it's exciting, but we're gonna have to take a lot of different modes of transportation in order to get there.
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
We're going to Vegas. Down some bears.
That's San Francisco.
Just getting to the destination is a journey in and of itself. It wouldn't be an adventure if the journey out there wasn't like a little bit sketchy.